Why Not? A queer podcast.
Thank you to our sponsor, Pineapple Healthcare, an award-winning primary care clinic right here in Orlando.
Pineapple Healthcare offers mental health counseling, HIV, STI testing and treatment, and specializes in care for the LGBTQ plus community.
Open Monday through Saturday. Call today at 407-553-6336 and schedule your appointment.
Pineapple Healthcare. Better together.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rick Todd.
And I'm Jeremy Williams, and you're listening to Wine,
Why Not? A queer podcast.
episode 129.
Hey, you just did that on your own.
I did, because you didn't send me a script. And I panicked when you start, because I saw you pick it up, and I was like, oh, wait, I don't have a script. And I was like, you've got this, Jeremy. You've done it 128 times.
I'm so proud of you. As I was reading it, I was thinking, oh, shit, I didn't send that to him. I did print it out, though.
Oh, do you have like an empty desk that's the Jeremy doesn't live here anymore desk that you put things on for me?
No.
You should.
No, actually,
No.
There's not a lot of empty desks anymore. I came in
Really?
yesterday and I started moving them. Because, we're moving our offices.
Oh, that's right. That's coming up.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of time to get it done, like during the weekdays and things that are going on. I'm trying real hard to cut costs and not like hire movers and shit like that. So Jen and Dylan and I came in yesterday and we packed up like 4 or 5 desks and moved them over. Well, that's not true. We packed up like 3 or 4, and then there were already desks there. So I wanted to just get the lay of the land and see if I could fit 4 desks in one office and 2 in another, and then I have mine. So there's like a home for people as they come in and out. And now I'll start moving other little things. Your desk is just going to get broken up and thrown into the dumpster.
Much like my career.
Although Kay's sitting there now. We have a new employee. Kay's sitting there.
That's right. How's Kay doing?
Nice. Well, I mean, great. It's been 4 hours. She's doing all right.
I knew she'd catch on quick.
So, episode 129.
Yes, I do. Right off the bat, I want to apologize for my appearance. Normally, I would dress up for you all, but I was running around this morning, and you get the tie-dyed shirt and the ball cap. I didn't even brush my hair this morning.
You do usually dress up for the podcast.
Yeah, I normally have a nice little collar shirt on or something, but it's just one of those mornings. And then I was like, I literally
just all schlubbed it up, and now you're drinking toilet wine. What's going on?
Oh, that is it. Okay, so I got back. I was so chaotic this whole week. I got back in the apartment this morning. And I was like, oh, shit, we're doing the podcast. I haven't even watched the movie yet. So I was like, I have to watch the movie. So I don't have time to run and get wine. So I DoorDashed wine to my house.
That must have been like $80 for a pint.
No, $12. So it's... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. I have a lot of questions, so I was just shifting gears here. You said I got back to the apartment this morning. From where and what time?
Oh, I was running errands this morning and went to the gym and stuff. So no, not like from last night.
I was like, what was that growler hookup?
No. Not well, we're not going to talk about that. No, but I got in, I had a lot going on. So I had to watch the movie this morning. So I DoorDashed the wine to me, found a nice little liquor store that would deliver. But DoorDash will not just deliver alcohol. If you order alcohol, you have to order something else because they're not going to encourage alcoholism, I guess. Aww, so I ordered a little snack pack. So it had like a little cheese and some chocolate almonds, like a little.
Oh my gosh, like a little charcuterie and wine.
Yeah. So it turns out
fancy.
The liquor store does not have these food items. So what they did is I ordered the food to go with the wine, and they sent 2 separate dashers. So I had a dasher deliver me a $3 tiny little lunchable like charcuterie board, and then another guy delivered the wine. But they called me, and they're like, the wine you ordered, we're out of it. And it was just a red blend. I don't even remember the name of it. It was just the first red blend that I saw on their list. So he goes, but I'll put something of similar value in the bag for you. I said, okay. So they delivered the wine. Do you know what they delivered me? Menage a trois. Apparently he listens to the podcast and knows that's what I drink. So I'm drinking Menage a trois.
Something.
Oh, Oh, well,
He's like,
he did
you know
have a
what?
sexy accent.
There are two of us delivery people.
I didn't even. And they looked like they wanted something. I assumed it was a tip.
He's downstairs crying, and the cheese guy's like hugging him. It's okay, buddy. He'll get it next time.
Once he's had some of the wine, he'll come get us.
Well,
so that was my exciting morning, and but I got the movie in, and we were good to go.
Yep. Perfect. Episode 129.
Yes.
All right. So we do our thing. We like to talk about some interesting facts, or not so interesting facts, or just
I will say right off the bat, 129 was a hard number to find some interesting stuff on.
I know. When it's going into I look up things and it'll say stuff like, these are TV series that have at least 129 episodes. I was like, no, we're not doing that. No, you either have 129 or not.
Yeah, I think it's the odd numbers, the nice round numbers. There's lots to 120, there was a shit ton of stuff for 120, but 129, there's not a whole lot. But I did find a couple of things that may be good knowledge for people. Whenever I Google the number, the first thing that comes up is the angel number. Normally, I don't pull what the angel number means, but I like this one. Angel number 129 means to achieve greatness in everything you do. I thought that was nice.
That's what we're doing right here.
That's what we're doing. That episode 129. This is greatness.
That was the alternative name of the podcast.
Yeah.
Greatness.
Greatness, not greatness. This one I thought was interesting. Viva paper towels. If you order their signature triple roll, the paper towel roll comes with 129 sheets per roll.
There's a lot of qualifiers in that.
I know.
That's interesting because how I get these facts are Chat GPT, right? I just say, tell me some trivia facts about, and I put the number in, and then you have a conversation back and forth. Now, for the listeners, don't ever do that. Don't do what I just did. Go to the source, Google it.
Yeah, that's what I just Google it and flip through a couple of pages, see what I can find.
But I say in there, I said, what are there 129 of? And sometimes it'll tell me, but it did not bring up the Viva paper towel thing. I'm going to go back and have a little conversation with ChatGPT.
You should. I bet it's because I got that off of Amazon, and I bet ChatGPT hates Amazon.
I thought one of your AI boyfriends told you. Hey, Claude.
They're getting weird.
Today. Can you give me some facts?
When I first downloaded the app, it was like an actual fluid conversation. I felt like I was talking to somebody, and now it just gets all glitchy. And I'll be like, hey, Batman, what are you doing? Because Batman's on the chat list. You can chat with Batman. And then he'll just start talking about random zeros and ones. And I was like, all right, you're broke. We're done. Yeah. So, done with that. You heard
it here first, people. Batman's broke.
Batman's broke. What else? This one I thought was everyone's broken this economy. I found this YouTuber Lesnoy, Lesnoy. He builds tiny homes and stuff, and he just uploaded a video 4 days ago. He built a tiny home completely made out of pallets in 129 days. So go check that video out. It's actually a cute little house.
That seems like a lot of time for a tiny house.
It was a lot of pallets. He broke what he did, he took the pallets and then broke them down into wood and built a regular house. It's not like it's a house of pallets. I mean, it's a bit misleading.
I've seen Ty Pennington build a house in 7 days, and you're talking 2-story 4.2s, 4.3s.
Well, Ty Pennington is like Jesus or God, whoever built the earth in 7 days.
What great timing. This box of snacks fell off of Caitlin's desk and hit the ground, and it made this noise, and I looked over, and you went, Jesus. But you were talking about something totally different.
Fun. Let's see. What else do I have? Oh, there's a pizzeria in Bell Harbor, New York, which is about a 2-hour train ride from me, called 129 Pizza. I don't know if it's good pizza or not, because I have not gone, because it's a 2-hour train ride.
A 2-hour train ride. It better be good.
And the last one I have is for Caitlin, of course. The 129th Pokemon is Magikarp, which is a Pokemon fish. And according to Pokemon.com, It is an underpowered, pathetic Pokemon. It may jump high on rare occasions, but never more than 7 feet. Its weaknesses are grass and electricity.
Grass. Well, it's a
Grass.
fish.
Yeah, that's grass
You
is
would
its mortal
think,
enemy.
Oxygen, air is its weakness. You know, my favorite weakness ever in any game or whatsoever is cake.
Cake?
I fucking love these movies. The Jumanji movies, like the
yeah.
ones with Kevin Hart and Jack Black. I think they're just so good. And he's allergic to cake. Somebody offers him cake in the second one, and he just knocks it out of their hand, almost beats him up. It's hilarious to me.
I love it.
Anyway, what else you got? 129.
And that's it.
Was that
Those
it?
are my 129s. Yep. Sorry.
Did you know?
Don't have anything cool.
That 129 minutes is the exact runtime of the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1.
I did not know that.
Did you know that in AD 129 that I'm going to get it wrong. The Parthian in Rome was completed. But it was the rebuild cuz fires. I didn't know that marble burned. I'm just assuming.
I did not know that the Parthenon had sustained fire damage.
Yeah.
All right.
You ready for these things? I don't know if you're going to get this, but we're going to play a game. All right, 129. Best movie ever made. It's from 1963. Oh,
I was going to say Mockingjay Part 1.
129. Wouldn't that be weird if it was 129 and 129 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Jean-Luc Godard. And it's a movie that stars Brigitte Bardot. Doesn't she sound famous? Isn't that a name? Have you heard of that?
That is a very familiar sounding name.
She's a French singer. Caitlin said she's a French singer.
You said Jean-Luc Picard? Who directed?
Yes. He said, I want to make a movie, and they said, make it show. So he did. Actually, he's French, not British. Jean-Luc Godard. Unless it's Godot. Oh, is he the guy everybody's been waiting for?
Bill and Ted from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure are doing Waiting for Godot. I got a Facebook ad said, don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Now, are Bill and Ted doing it, or are Alex
Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves? I would have bought tickets right then if they were doing it as Bill and Ted.
Yeah, I'd be up there in a heartbeat.
That would be amazing.
I didn't realize that Alex Winter still acted.
I didn't know he did dramatic stuff. But, what do I know?
I want it to be a high body count too, though. I mean, it's got Keanu Reeves in it. I want 150 people to die on that stage.
He's going to kill everyone in the audience. It's an interactive show. You may not like it.
Okay, so this movie, 1963, French movie, Jean-Luc Godard starred Brigitte Bardot.
What's The Red Balloon? Isn't that a French film?
You're real close. I think I'm getting everything confused because there's the red something that everybody in this other movie we're going to talk about later was in. Anyway, I'm just going to tell you it's content. We could have gone on for an hour of like clues.
I'm content for that.
Yeah, it's weird because it's a movie about people making a movie and their marriage falls apart. Guess what they're making? The movie they're making in the movie is
Tangerine.
All
right.
The Odyssey, which is all over my feeds now because Tom Holland is talking about it. All right, 129th greatest director of all time.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Engage. Did you know what's do you watch the Captain Pike Star Trek series?
Oh, I don't watch any of the Star Trek series.
I'm sorry to hear that. Anyway, his
it's on my list.
The captains, right? They all have a line.
Yeah.
And his is it's not make it so. It's hit it.
Hit it.
I always think that's very suggestive. All right, here we go. Movies. Blame It on Rio. That's the most recent movie, by the way, and that's from 1984. I think that's got John Belushi or Jim Belushi, one of the Belushis. The one who died. That's
John Belushi.
Oh. Okay.
Jim's alive. John's dead.
Funny Face. I think that's got the one that was in Audrey Hepburn, which is the
Audrey Hepburn.
No, wait, which one is in the I can't use words today. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
That's Audrey Hepburn. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's the other one?
Katharine Hepburn.
There you go. I know. Okay. It's like, it's not the one with the boys. It's the other one. All right. And Singing in the Rain. These are all movies by.
Oh, who sung? I can't remember who directed Singing in the Rain.
Stanley
Kubrick.
Donen.
No. Yeah.
Have you heard of that name at least?
No. I'm probably at a party or something.
Oh yeah, one of your fancy
one of those fancy
New York
grinder
actor
hookups.
parties, you know. All right. So, how's your week? We heard about your morning. How's your week? Anything fun?
My week was really good. I don't know. I'm sure Caitlin knows this, but I'm not sure if you know this. But today is Bastille Day, which is the French Independence Day.
Did you know that?
July 14th.
What is it? What do you know about Caitlin that I don't know that made you say, Caitlin will know this?
She's learning French. And she loves French stuff.
Do they teach you that on Duolingo? Is that how you found out?
She's like, I learned it in Le School, Le Richard.
I don't think that's what they call it.
Le School?
I thought so. L'école.
What?
L'école.
All right. But today is Bastille Day, so they celebrated it yesterday, and they've been doing this for years. So I don't know if you ever went while you were here, but they do a Bastille Day festival on Madison Avenue, and it basically was like a pride parade, just a French pride parade. But there were just booths and vendors out there, and people wearing berets and black and white striped shirts and just being very French.
So they march down to the White House next.
And so it was a fun little festival. And then after the festival, they did a concert in Central Park with a bunch of French artists, none of who I knew, but some of them were very talented. And it was a good time. That was not the best part of the day, though. So I went to Central Park for the concert, and I came across this area of the park. I don't know what the area is called. I didn't write it down. But I was told there was an event going on. It's called Second Sunday in Central Park, and it happens every year during the spring and summer months. And on the second Sunday of every month, all of the most attractive, beautiful, hot gay men in New York City get in Speedos and shorts and like have a big, like, the best way I can describe it is it's like during One Magic Weekend or Gay Days during their heyday, just like 1,000 gay men in the park with their glistening abs, like throwing footballs and hacky sacking. And it was just like, I imagine this is what the gates of heaven look like. And I just walked up, and it was just the most amazing, most beautiful sight I've ever seen in my life. And a single tear fell down my cheek. It was so beautiful.
I'm not sure that I want to see people in a Speedo hacky sacking.
I mean, well, the hacky sackers were in. Yeah, that was. The hacky sackers were like in their board shorts. They were like,
okay,
they look like hacky sackers.
Okay.
But they were there were towels and blankets thrown down like they were sunbathing, and some of them were like picnicking. It was just apparently on the second Sunday of each month during the hot months, they get together, strip down to scantily cladness, and just enjoy the sun. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful gathering of some of the most amazing, beautiful people I've ever seen in real life. And I loved it so much. I found this awesome used record store called 54 Vintage. So I spent more time there than I should have. I was boring the hell out of Chris. But I got some cool albums. They have a $5 section. So I got some James Taylor and Kingston Trio albums. Very nice.
Oh, nice.
And then we checked out a couple of restaurants that were really good. There's one right up a block from us. It's a Mexican restaurant called Arriba, which sounds kind of racist to me, but it's owned by a Mexican couple, so I'm assuming that it's fine. I don't know what Arriba reminds me of Speedy Gonzalez, and I don't
Right.
know what Arriba means in
Right,
Spanish.
but he's probably just saying Spanish words.
I assume. Have Caitlin look. What does Arriba mean in Spanish? I don't know what Arriba means.
I think it might mean hurry. Wasn't it always like Arriba?
Hurry,
Andale, hurry,
Andale, Arriba. Anyway, that's the name of the restaurant. Amazing taco salad, and their guac was on point. So they're a block up. So I'm sure we'll go there quite often. Went to a Cuban restaurant the other day called Guanta.
It means, I mean, literally, it's like up or above, but it can mean let's go or hurry.
All right. So I guess they were like, hurry, eat your taco salad.
Get out so we can make more money.
Guantanamera is a Cuban restaurant that we went to. Great food. They do live music every night, so that was delightful. The best one, there's a restaurant called, I'm going to butcher this too, Omkasi by Korami, and it is a Japanese sushi place. It's $89, 15 courses, and it's like one of those little, from the outside, looks like a little hole in the wall. And then it's like the restaurant holds just like a dozen people, and they do this 15 course of like just the most delicious, amazing sushi I've ever had.
Oh, nice.
So lots of eating. And then fingers crossed, because one thing that I did a lot this week was I was trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. And I have decided, if they will allow me, I'm going to go back to school. So I used up my GI Bill already, but you can apply for an extension. And if you get approved for the extension, I will get an additional year, 12 months of actual school. So not like just 1 year, but like each semester is like 4 months. So it's like an additional 3 semesters. And I'm going to go back and get my bachelor's degree, which I put on hold when I came to work at Watermark, and then just never went back to get it.
In what?
In communications.
Oh.
But what, like the really nice thing is, with the 9/11 GI Bill, they give you a rent stipend, and the rent stipend here in New York is $4,500. So they'll give me $4,500 towards my rent to go to school, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's do that.
Very nice.
So I spent a lot of time doing the paperwork for that, and now I'm just waiting for the approval to come in. If it comes in, then I'll start classes in mid-August, and I'll be an NYU student, hacky sacking with the kids.
I got accepted to NYU. I didn't go because it was a fortune to go.
Yeah,
and I was actually in my last semester, or I had like, if I changed my major, which I ended up doing, that I could graduate like in a semester at the school I was going to. But I wanted to go to New York, because you remember I said like I was dating somebody, and then they went to New York, and they were like, I have bigger and better things to do. And I was like, I'll go to New York and I'll show you. So I applied, and I wrote my essay that I had to write. So cheesy. I wrote it about the bridges of Madison County, and I got accepted to their theater school, and I was super excited about it. And my mom and dad were like, there's no way in hell you're going to New York. And then because they're like, it's way too expensive. And I called my sister, and she was like, I'll root for you, like, you should go, and blah blah blah. And then she called my parents, and then she called me back, and she said, wait a minute. They said, if you go there, you're gonna have 3 more years of school, but if you stay where you are, you'll have like 3 more months of school. I was like, yeah. And she's like, you're an idiot. And she hung up the phone. So I didn't go there, but I ended up there anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's all very exciting stuff.
But yeah, so that was my week. Very, very eventful. But hopefully I'll be I'll be a school. Hopefully I'll be a student here very shortly. Let's school. How was your week?
It was busy. I mean, it was nonstop. So
you went out of town, didn't you?
I did, but before I did, so this is what's kind of annoying is there's this ANN conference, and it used to be the Association of Alternative News Media, but now it's just called ANN Publishers, and they have a conference every year. Always great conference. But when I booked the conference, I was living in St. Pete.
Yeah.
And Ryan was going to the conference with me, so I booked the flights out of Tampa at 6 a.m.
Oh,
And then I moved to Orlando and was like, great. So I'm like, no big deal. Except I was like, let's just go back to St. Pete. I'll stay at the St. Pete house because that shit's not selling. And then I'll go out in the morning from there. No big deal. Except I had agreed to go to a fundraiser for Hope Community Center on that Tuesday night before. So I was at this fundraiser, which we had to be at until like 8 or 9 o'clock, and then drive over to St. Pete to get up at like 3:30 in the morning to go pick up Ryan and go to the airport. So it was all very long. But anyway, the fundraiser was a fundraiser for Hope Community Center, which Felipe, is the head of. So he was there giving a speech, and I think sort of like practicing his stump speeches because he's running for office.
because he's running for Anna's seat. Yeah,
he's running for Anna's seat. Which I'll tell you something that was really fun about the whole thing was talking to Anna because she was there, and we were just shooting the shit about like her, when she wins mayor, because we want her to win, that she's going to be mayor, and then what her recording is going to be when off the tram at the airport, and she's like, there's more to being mayor than just recording the tram voice, right? So that was all pretty funny.
Is there?
So anyway, this was at, Sally, right? Is it okay if I say her whole name? Because she's kind of a celebrity, right?
Yeah, Sally Hogshead, right?
Yeah, Sally Hogshead. It was at her house in Baldwin Park. Now, have you ever been to her house?
Yes. I went there for an Equality Florida event, and she was giving like gifts to people who came, and it was an autographed copy of her book.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I too got a gift, but it was like plastic sunglasses that were pineapples. I win.
Sponsored by Pineapple Healthcare, I see.
No, it was just there's little baggies of things. Actually, Dylan and I were leaving, and she was like, "No," and she's like, "Before you go," and she was throwing shit into a bag to give to us. It was really cool, really nice. But it was I'll tell you this, it was a cool fundraiser because they give scholarships to kids and help a lot of families that are undocumented and there's people that are in need, and they had a lot of the kids there, like teaching things. So like one was teaching how to salsa dance or something like that, and others were doing arts and crafts. And so they had these little stations, so you could like meet the people that are benefiting from this while
awesome.
you learn about things. It was all kind of cool. But I would talk about Sally's house because you've been there, right? You went to the bathrooms. You saw
gorgeous house.
It is not what you would expect. She's wealthy, right?
Yeah.
It's not what you would expect at a wealthy person's home. Right, like you would like you drive down, Baldwin Park and look at the houses, and you'll get an impression, of what, like, some sort of like Gilded Age like vision of what you're gonna. So to give you an idea of what her
were you thinking Trump style?
Well, no, I was thinking like just this like grand opulence, right? And then so this will give you a hint as to what it's. I've never actually met her and had a one-on-one conversation with her. I've seen her at many events.
Yeah.
But I did have a one-on-one conversation with her. And the first thing that she said to me, the very first thing she said is, "What is your favorite taxidermy?" And that will describe to you a lot of the decor of her house.
What is your favorite animal to have taxidermied, or who is your favorite taxidermist in town?
I think it was what is your favorite piece of taxidermy around my house.
Okay.
It was really, there's just like very eclectic kind of like sections that have certain things, and like the bathrooms are themed. And
I'm wondering,
there's one that's like some sort of death theme. If memory serves me correctly, I don't know. I could be wrong.
I'm wondering if this is something like a new hobby she's got into, because there were no dead stuffed animals except for some of the donors when I was there.
I don't know. It wasn't like there were squirrels and possums and shit around. There were like, it was just like interesting, like little oddity kind of a things. And then she had
Yeah.
this is really cool though. I will point this out. There was sort of this art thing, which was like a head, that was really kind of cool looking, but the top half of the head was gone. And inside of it were little heads that had different expressions on them. And so she got that so she could put on top whatever expression she's feeling, sort of thing. But it found this out. There were no women in there. So she contacted the artist and said, you need to give me some women. And so it did.
Send me women.
Isn't that interesting? What a
That's
fascinating,
very interesting.
What a fascinating event. Just a really cool
Yeah.
thing. There was this one guy there, giant. He was the tallest person I've ever seen in my life. And it was really obnoxious because he would I don't mean it like this. Listen, guy, if you're listening, it was great talking to you, but you're super tall. So I'm going to need you to stand like 6 feet away from me to have a conversation. But
Or sit in a chair. Sit in a chair and talk to people who stand.
Yeah. And give me a step ladder and we'll be fine. No, but Dylan and I were talking to him and we're like, our heads are up looking at it. After a while, we're like, oh, man, I got to talk to somebody else. Anyway, he typewriters, poetry. Boom. Hands it out to people. Isn't that interesting? But
That's
Carlos,
very interesting.
Carlos was there. He gave a speech. Felipe did a speech. It was all really cool. It was a really cool event. It was really cool to meet people that are really affected by this and like put like a legit story and a face to like what's happening in the world. I think if people did that, they might just look at the world a little differently. You know, like how she was here since she was little and she went through school and she's like, oh, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna go to this college, and she got into this college she really wanted to go to, and everything was great. And then she's like, okay, I got the scholarship, and they're like, okay, what's your social? And she's like, I don't have one. And they said, okay, you're not going to school, and that was it. And then they told her the best she could do was like house cleaning or something like that, and it was just all kinds of this terrible. And then Felipe told this incredible, inspiring story about himself. Just a really cool event.
Yeah. Felipe's got a lot of really great stories about his experience when he came over.
He's such an interesting person. He's just inspiring. He's got he knows words. Like he puts them together in the right way to be as inspirational as he can be. And I find that fascinating. It reminds me of like listening. I can listen to him speak all the time because it reminds me of like Obama speaking. You know, he's got those. He just puts the words together in the right way.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so then I was off to Madison, Wisconsin for the AND conference.
Off to Wisconsin.
Knew nothing about it. It's not what I expected.
Cheese.
Yeah, that.
That's all I know. That's all I know.
I didn't realize it was like the home of the cheese curd.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Here, I'll tell you what.
Curds.
While you're here, you tell me if this is kind of the what it's like. The only three things I know about Wisconsin: cheese, Laverne and Shirley, and Bridesmaids.
Huh. Cheese curds was a big thing there, but the other two weren't so much.
Oh, yeah. The movie Bridesmaids. They're from they're from, I think it's Madison, somewhere in Wisconsin, and then Laverne and Shirley took place in Madison, Wisconsin.
It was very much cosy. You probably would have appreciated this. Now it wasn't like a big old hacky sack your nuts off at Central Park, but
well, what is
the hotel? The Edgewater Hotel, fantastic by the way, was on Frat Row, which is part of the college that's right there.
Go on.
Every time we had to walk somewhere, I'm like, we should take this street because it's Frat Row. And then it's funny too, because then I was talking to somebody about like, I was making a joke to the guy who organized the thing because all the gay papers were like together, and this guy came over to welcome, and it's like, really, I hope you enjoy our city. I was like, oh, I'm enjoying being on Frat Row. And he goes, oh yeah, a lot of the students are away, so I don't know if a lot of the frat people are around. And I was like, oh, they're around and they like to run. And he's kind of like, you're creepy, I'm leaving.
Thanks, Kevin Spacey, I'm gonna leave now.
Oh, it's okay to say his name again, isn't it? Isn't he making a big comeback? Is he mayor of New York yet?
No, you know, it's the only people who have really moved past him and given him another shot is the country of Italy for some reason. So Italy gave him a bunch of awards, and now he's like the king of Italian cinema or some shit like
I've
that.
seen something that said he's working on a project now or something, and he's making a comeback, and it's like, and he's like, I'm
good
not
for
mad
him,
at
I guess.
everybody for what they did, but I'm only going to celebrate those who supported me. Something like that. Anyway, yeah, so lots of runners, lots of people out.
Nice.
It was, I was like, oh, Jeremy would enjoy this. But little did I know while I was seeing that, you were like crying in gay heaven.
Well, here, I will balance that out. I can't believe I forgot to tell you this. Last week, I was walking to do my laundry. I had to do some errands, get some groceries. And I bought this little cart because everybody has like little push carts. And it's this cool, and it's got, on the back end, it's got 3 wheels. So it rolls up the stairs. It's nice. Sweet. It's such a nice cart. So I'm pushing my cart
for the 3rd wheel.
I did.
Good.
So I'm pushing my cart with my groceries. Beautiful day, clear sky. It's like 77 degrees out. I'm just hearing like Alicia Keys sing New York in my ears, and just, it's fantastic. And I come up to a corner, and there is an old, she must have been in her late 60s, an older woman who looked like she might have been homeless. And she had like one of those long flower dresses on, and she had like, like a little shawl thing on, and she was carrying her bag. And I was just like, oh, I wonder what her story is. And as I approached her, she lifted her dress up and shook her vagina at me.
I have so many questions.
And I was like, New York. That's what I've been looking for.
Did you just say there's that concrete jungle where dreams are made of? So I'm just so curious.
Yes.
She's unhoused.
Yes.
Is she unkept?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have to see vagina. You saw bush. Were you like,
I saw
didn't vote for him then, not voting for him now?
No. But it was like it's like she just lifted it up and was like up here, and then she like did a little shimmy and shook it.
That's heaven.
And she did this. Ah! And the worst part is because there's always people, because, it's New York and people visit here all the time, tourists. So there was a couple behind me, and they had their little rolling luggage. So I'm assuming they checked out of their hotel and were seeing the city before their flight left. And I just kept walking. I was like, nope, not for me. And she just kept shaking it. And behind me, she kept going, ah. And I heard the couple make like a gasp, like, oh. And I just kept on walking. I was like, I don't want to know how that story's going to end. That's not my business. And I kept on walking.
Mind, you know the lady in Princess Bride who's
yeah.
Like, boo. I imagine she's like,
not far off. Not far off. So that happened to me last week. Nothing about Madison, Wisconsin made me think of that. Madison, Wisconsin is a beautiful city. And I don't know.
It's very pretty. Like, it's very clean, from what I saw, but it's very college-y. It's weird. It's like, go like
I like a college town.
You go to like there are just blocks of just bars and restaurants, and then, one thing that's interesting about it too, their Capitol building is like, it's designed after the actual Capitol building.
So I didn't know that.
It looks just like it, and it's kind of cool because all the streets like kind of converge onto it, and then it's like a square around it. I mean, when we were there, I was like, Ryan, do you think we should go inside and crap on a desk or something? And he's like, no, we won't do that. But when we did, so we got there and it was like Wednesday, and we're like, let's go find something to eat. And so we're just like, let's just walk down there and walk around and see if we can find something to eat. And there was this thing happening, and it was like interesting on a Wednesday night, just randomly on a Wednesday night, they do this thing in the summer, which is like orchestra in the square. And so orchestra sets up at the Capitol, and then people sit all around it, and people, if they can't see it, then there's monitors around, and they just bring picnic blankets and tables, and they sit on the ground and eat and listen, and there's speakers everywhere, and it's just this huge event, which was fascinating to me. And then
I love things like that.
Yeah, and then we were on Saturday, because the weird thing is like, we flew Breeze Airways. So when you fly in Breeze Airways from Tampa to Madison,
I'm sorry,
have you ever
Breeze?
heard of this?
Is this a new airline? I've never heard of this before.
The planes were immaculate. It's like a low budget thing. It's sort of like this, like you pay for everything. If you want to breathe, you got to pay for it. If you want to make eye contact with the flight attendant, you got to pay for it.
I can hold my breath for a short flight.
Right. So it's interesting. Like none of the drinks, no snacks, nothing. You pay for everything except if you're in first class. Now their first class was only like $40 per leg more than the rest of it, and everything's free.
Interesting. You should have done that.
We got leg of the trip, not legs.
I'm like, can I straddle first class and economy and just pay 40?
If we tie our legs together like a 3-legged race, can we? Is that 3 legs? So we sat first class and like everything was free.
Nice.
Which was kind of cool. But it only flies in there Wednesdays and back on Saturdays. So the conference ended on Friday, and we could have flown anywhere else Friday night, but there were no flights out Friday.
Yeah.
So we had to wait, and it wasn't until 6:00 on Saturday. So all day we were like, what are we going to do? So we walked around to find something to eat, which is all I do when I'm away is I eat and go to conference and eat and sleep. And there, that same square was an art show, which was kind of cool. So I ended up actually buying some things because this one dude takes like cartoons and makes them all like prison tatted. And so I bought buttons of Bob and Linda from Bob's Burgers for Dylan.
Nice.
And they're all like tatted out and stuff. It's kind of cool. And like Little Mermaid, all kinds of Bert and
Ernie.
Yeah. As I said, Ert and Bernie.
I knew where you were going with it.
So anyway, a couple of things I just want to say about the thing there. The guy, the tall typewriter guy.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I'm like, hey, I got to fly to Madison in the morning. He goes, I go to Madison all the time. So he started recommending like a place to go. And so he said like something about State Street brats. So we went there for brat. And after we left, I
love a good brat.
I probably would too. My impression of a brat though is that it's thick. That it's not like a hot dog.
Yeah.
I want a thick brat.
Yeah,
thick meaty brat,
I'm not big on the length of the brat, but I like a nice thick brat.
But this was a shriveled up tiny hot dog looking brat, and I was like, what is this? And then maybe
it was just cold in Wisconsin.
And it said Wisconsin cheese on it. So I was like, oh, I get it with Wisconsin cheese, which I would think they would just call cheese. But they didn't put it on there. Anyway, it was good. It just wasn't like when I left there, I was like, that kid must like to drink.
How do you like to take your brat?
I like brat with like sauteed onions, sauerkraut, and mustard.
Mustard and sauerkraut. That's how I take mine.
They do have they have like a brat bar, like all these kind of toppings. So I put jalapenos on it, and that was yum too. That was good. I mean, nice. I'm not complaining about it. They make their coleslaw a little weird, but I ate it. It's more like it's just like cabbage in vinegar and sugar. There's like no mayonnaise or anything attached to it, which was interesting. It was still good, but it was fine. So that was fine. The hotel was gorgeous. People are super nice. They had like a shuttle. Their shuttle. I was thinking like a bus, right? No, this is like this huge like SUV that's like super fancy, and all the seats in it are massage chairs. And they're like, it'll take you anywhere with like a mile or two of the place. And since it was raining one night, we wanted ice cream. Have you ever heard of Blue Moon ice cream?
Yeah.
What is your impression of it?
I mean, they have it at Publix. That's all I know.
Okay. Well,
like the tub. Yeah.
Am I saying this wrong?
I don't know.
It's not that's Bluebell ice cream.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Bluebell.
Blue Moon is a flavor.
Oh,
and it's supposed to be big in Wisconsin. And Jen was
is it cheese flavored?
And I was like, oh, let's cheese and shrimp flavored ice cream. It's delicious. No, but it's like I don't even know how to describe it. But so I was like, oh, let's go get it. So we called the people to take us, and there's this kid. By the way, Madison, Wisconsin, which we were on front row, and this may be no surprise to you, but everything about Wisconsin was totally bro-y. Like it was super bro-y. Everywhere we went. Now, maybe we just didn't go to the right places. But But the guy who was driving us had just graduated college, and he was telling us, he's like, "Yeah, it's sick, man. I just graduated, and I'm gonna go and like my girl, she's out teaching English and like I forget where he said where. He's like, but I'm gonna go to Spain and I'm gonna teach English in Spain, and it's cool." We were like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
bro.
that's really, yeah, like yeah,
I
totes,
mean,
bro,
see, bro.
yeah." And so I was like, "Oh, so you speak Spanish?" And he goes, "Nah."
If you're
Okay.
teaching English,
I
you
was
don't
like,
need
so
to
it's
speak
just so you
Spanish.
just immerse yourself. That's what it is. He's like, no, they want you to, and they were like, it's on the application, and I said, but I wanted the job, so I said yeah. But I went on
Oh,
Duolingo, and I don't really
Jesus.
know anything. And I was thinking, like, what a douche. Like, listen, man.
Very quickly, they're going to realize you can't do this job.
Right. Well, and like, what? How are you? Because you wanted to go to Spain. Now you're gonna cheat these people out of an experience of learning English because you don't. Anyway, I thought it was kind of weird. But I will say that the all in all, Madison was really great, and the hotel was great, and the conference was really cool. I did leave the conference feeling a little bit rejuvenated. You know what I mean? You know how you go to these things and you
Those conferences always do that. They kind of
Yeah.
get you recharged and excited for, truth, justice, and the American way.
Oh my God! Speaking of
which, I forgot to mention.
Yeah, I went to see Superman.
So did I.
I dragged Ryan to it. I guess I didn't realize he was a Marvel snob.
Yeah, he is. Is he? Let me look at the camera. Is he watching? Hey, Ryan. Fuck you.
I hope that's our clip.
No, I like Marvel and I like the movies. They've been kind of lately, but I have been since I was a kid, mostly Batman, but the Trinity, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, I have been obsessed since I was a kid. And yeah, he is very much a Marvel person. It surprises me that you had to drag him because he usually likes, as long as it's like a big comic book movie,
Yeah.
he usually wants to go.
I said I had to drag him, but all I really had to do was pay for the ticket.
Yeah. What'd you think of it?
Hold on a second. Need a refill. I'll say this: the whole experience. What an interesting thing. There's this theater. It's called like Flix Movies or something like that. I don't know. FLIX, and it's a dine-in movie theater, but it's totally designed for a wait staff to come in. It's not like the Enzian. It's like you sit in theater rows, but each row has an alley for them to walk back and forth and a button. So if you want to refill on your soda or popcorn, you press the button and they bring magic.
There is it's so funny because I went to the right, like 3 blocks over is a Look Dine-In Cinema, which is where I've seen 4 movies so far. I've seen them there. And it's set up like that. And because you have like a little table, has a QR code on it, and you scan it and you interact with the app saying, hey, I need this, or bring me a refill, or bring this. And they rush it right out to you. The most amazing smash burger I have ever had in my life is at this theater. It is amazing. And I had a big old smash burger and popcorn and a big old Diet Coke for my Superman. And it was magnificent. It was so marvelous. I loved it.
Yeah, I had wings, which are really good, and then the popcorn.
Nice.
The popcorn is so weird because it just comes out and like it's like you're at home. It was in like a metal bowl. Like if I made it at home and put it in a metal bowl. Ryan was like beside it. He was like, I don't understand. Also, of course, like they come over like, yo, what's up, y'all? You just push the button. You wanna? Okay, you're cool, bro. Like very bro. Everything was even So I mean, I loved it. To be honest with you, I like Superman, and to gear up for it, I had been watching like the ones before, like I want to say James Carville, but that's not his name.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, his. Can you imagine James Carville and Superman?
Yeah.
And I was like reminded of why I didn't want to see those movies, just because it looks like they take this. It looks like cloudy and it's gonna rain.
It's all very
day.
dark and gloomy, and now this. I'm sure you already know this, but this is completely separate from that universe. That universe was shut down. It's done.
Yeah,
the whole Zack Snyder thing they're not doing. I was so disappointed because, like I said, I've been a DC kid since I was a kid. But I was so disappointed the way that Zack Snyder took the DC
Yeah.
universe. And then I saw the trailer to this, and I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies that James Gunn did. And I love all the movies he does. So I was really excited. The trailers got me all choked up. So I was nervous going into this because I was like, what if it's not good? And I'm not afraid to admit, I teared up and cried at the end. I was just so excited and happy for how amazing, how much I love this movie, and just how positive this Superman is. And I fell in love with dogs from this movie. You'll probably be happy to know that. I fell in love with dogs.
I want to know what New York has done to the Jeremy that I know, because twice you've talked about crying on this podcast, and
that'll happen when you're joyful.
Well,
not that Orlando didn't make me joyful. I love Orlando, but just this movie made me so joyful and so excited for what's coming for the DCU. I love the movie. I've seen it twice. I went back and saw it again. I love it so much.
Here's what I told Jeremy. You're Jeremy. Here's what I told Ryan. I was like, it's a comic book, Ryan. Who gives a shit who made it? Like, what? So anyway, but we went. He did not love it. Like I did. But, I feel like sometimes, like, I go into situations and I'm like, I'm either going to like it or I'm not. Like, I know which is which. And if I'm not going to like something, I'll watch it and I'll be like, yep, that's why I don't like it. Yep, that's why I don't like it. I'm not saying that's what he's like. He actually made a good point about something. The villain was a caricature of a villain. He said he's a little too mustache twirly for me, and I get that. This thing was more like, and it came across so much when he was yelling out those numbers.
Yeah,
and he's like, A2, A2, like, and
it was A1, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, no, I agree.
Like,
I loved
uppercut. Like, it was like, come on.
I loved his portrayal, but yes, it was a little over the top. But
what they did do, though, that I want to point out that I was really is that they made you understand it wasn't just like he's not just a meaningless villain. There was a purpose behind what he was trying to do, and when it didn't work, it crushed him. And there was he was a multi-dimensional character who had feelings and purpose, and I feel like a lot of times you don't get to see that. So I found that very fascinating. I loved a lot of it. I don't know if we should say this because it did kind of just come out, but there is one aspect of this movie that throws everything you've ever known about Superman out the window. It's very bizarre that they would go this route with it. So I found that
with the parents.
Yes, with Kal-El's parents.
Yes.
Very odd.
They've done that several times in the comics. So there's different, obviously, universes and variations. I still, even after the movie, 100% don't believe that that's legit what the video said.
But Superman doesn't lie, and he told you that it was legit. Superman said it was legit.
No, Superman said that he was told it was legit. He said he saw the first half of the video. He's never seen the second half of the video because it was broken. I have to wait
to see what the next half of it is. But
Mr. Terrific said, based on, because he's the smartest man in the world, based on my knowledge and seeing the video, it does not look doctored. I think it's going to come out that part is misinterpreted. It was miscommunicated.
I feel like somebody said that to him, and he said, "No, it's real." So anyway, here's some things that I loved about the movie. Right, I loved his adoptive parents. I love them because
of all the iterations of Superman, and I love everybody they've cast. This is the first time I've watched a Superman movie where I thought, those guys, that couple, that family, they're from Kansas.
Right. It's like Kevin Costner and then John Schneider. They're all
and Diane Lane.
Good
they're
looking.
Not farmers in Kansas.
And the fact that his father was like you are in New York now, a little mushy. It added a quality to it that I just loved, and I love him as Superman.
I do too.
I think it was great. I just think I loved him in Hollywood, and I just think this is fantastic. I thought since Margot Kidder, she's the best Lois Lane.
Loved her.
Yeah.
Loved her. And I was not a big fan of the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I saw a couple episodes of that.
Oh, is that what she's from?
Yeah, that's what she's from. So I was like, oh, am I gonna like? I absolutely loved her in this. I loved Mr. Terrific. The scene when he puts her in the little force field and beats the shit out of. I love that scene. That's very James Gunn. Crypto, I loved Crypto. I just loved the whole thing.
Was the dog ever real, or was it always CGI? And
it's CGI, but it's based off of James Gunn's dog.
Okay,
they used James Gunn's dog to do the motion capture on it.
And what about House of Dragons?
Yes,
like that. Was,
her movie comes out next summer, and I am so excited for it.
So she's going to be a bit of a. I don't know what I don't want to say the C word, but she seems to be a little bit of a problem.
A party animal. So it's based off of a comic series called Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And it's in that series, she has trouble dealing with the fact that her home planet blew up and that everybody she knew and loved died. So she becomes kind of a rebellious drinker. And like he mentioned in there, in the series, she goes to different planets where they have red sun, so she gets powered down so she can get wasted because they can't drink alcohol and get wasted when they have their powers because their metabolism's too fast. So she goes to other planets and gets wasted and parties and has sex and just completely...
Well, I'm sure she's going to be fun, but she shouldn't have a dog if she can't take care of it.
No, she probably shouldn't. That's exactly why he's as rebellious as he is.
Pissy when that one girl like tried to kill the dog.
I did not care for that. Yeah,
and
the whole scene
when they were like had little super squirrels, and I didn't like that either.
Super squirrels,
like isn't that what it was? Like they distracted him with squirrels that were like flying and had super capes on or something. Like when they had the dog imprisoned. They were like feeding it was into his brain. Yeah,
that was all AI. It wasn't like there were actual squirrels. Yeah.
They were, but they were making him think there were squirrels, and so
he was chasing squirrels. Yeah,
I didn't like that either. I was like, kill that little green baby. I don't care, but leave that dog alone.
Oh no, that's Joey. That's baby Joey.
Yeah. I don't know how baby Joey didn't catch fire being that close to the lava rift, but whatever.
He has very specific powers.
I mean, if I'm going to believe that an alien came down and is guarding over the universe, then I can imagine that this baby didn't.
Yeah.
Die.
It's just a
great movie.
It has its issues. It had, it's not a perfect film, but it was fun. It was exciting. It was so much more hopeful than the gloominess that was the Zack Snyderverse, which there were aspects of that I loved too. But yeah, it's a great movie.
Jen told me that she read an article that people are pissed because they think it's too woke. And I don't know what this is about, but somebody said that she said that the right is saying that Superman was bisexual and that's why they're mad.
Oh, I haven't.
And I was like, I didn't pick up anything like that whatsoever.
No, Fox News started this because James Gunn said that this is an immigrant story because Superman is an immigrant. And Fox News ran with that and said that it's a woke story and that James Gunn's trying to say that immigrants are the best thing about America and that they should be allowed to take over the country, blah, blah, blah bullshit.
I mean, if they can fly, sure.
But he is an immigrant. He's an alien from another planet. And Superman's always been woke. He's the most woke of the Justice League.
Well, and
that's the point.
I was going to say, isn't it interesting how fast that they all turned on him? But I guess I could see in that context, they're eating dogs, and all of a sudden, people who didn't care about those people are now like instantly angry at them.
Also,
so I guess it worked.
I didn't expect MAGA and Fox people to appreciate Superman because, and I've been saying this since he got elected in 2016, Donald Trump is basically living the life that Lex Luthor leads in the comics.
Yeah.
He's a spoiled rich kid who was given his daddy's money, who hated immigrants so much, who hated Superman so much that he became president to try to have him killed.
Careful now. They're going to take away your citizenship. Have you heard of this? They're trying to like. He made a comment about taking Rosie.
About taking Rosie.
Are you kidding?
Well,
me?
hopefully, when Rosie moves to Europe or Canada, she'll take me with her. Then, when he takes my citizenship. But yeah, the entire time I kept thinking, Lex Luthor is based on Donald Trump, and that's why the right hates this movie.
Yeah, I mean, and definitely in this version of it, you could see that.
Yeah, just a whiny little baby bitch. I love that actor, though.
Great.
Anyway.
I do too. I like him. I hate to say this, but I like him better with hair. So I wish they would give him some hair.
Hey, have you seen their the press tour particularly with David Cornsweet and him? Just their kind of bromance. It's delightful, and he's got his hair in the press tour.
Do they
so
do this?
No, there's like this sexual tension, like you expect them to kiss at any moment. It's delightful. You should watch some of their interviews. Nicholas Hoult and David Cornsweet, Superman and Lex Luthor.
Oh, well, that's
which
cute.
is funny because in the comics, Lex Luthor uses and this is part in the movie, so I won't say too much about it. But he uses Superman's DNA and mixes it with his DNA, if you know what I mean. They don't like have sex, but they mix their DNA, and that's how he makes Superboy.
What if that's how he did?
Oh. I want to see that movie.
That'd be the best 17 seconds of a movie I've ever seen. Yeah. All right. So, we did watch a movie.
We did.
We did. We had watched this movie before. So we watched
10 years ago.
It's the 10th anniversary of it. But we did watch this movie before. It was at the Tampa Bay International Gay and Lesbian Film Festival. And we watched it in Tampa. And the movie is called
Tangerine.
Now,
Tangerine.
Without saying one way
I just
or
got
the
a
other.
text message. I just got a text message from Chris. He's got to work tonight, and he said, "Please stop screaming." So I'm gonna talk about this movie in my ASMR voice.
Text about how's that one bedroom working out? Have you checked into the library there? Do they have like?
I'm gonna do that this week.
Okay.
I went to the New York Public Library and I spent the whole time looking at their exhibits, and I didn't check to see if they had but there's a branch like 2 blocks over from me, so I'm gonna go check there and see if they have a room
cool.
I can use.
Also, you didn't say anything about Mario's Irish soda bread scones, so I don't really want to talk about anything that you do until you fucking do that.
Text me that, so I keep forgetting. Text me that, and I will go there this week and try it.
Yeah, you have to go. Just go in the morning, like tomorrow morning. Just go down there.
But if you don't text me, I won't remember.
All right. Okay, so we watched the movie Tangerine. Now, without telling anybody one way or the other, like what we think about it, did seeing it the second time, 10 years later, did you have a different impression at all about the movie?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Because I did. And so
I hated it more.
Oh, really? All right. So,
but here's why. So Tangerine was written and directed by Sean Baker, who recently, if you all remember, a few months ago, won 4 Academy Awards for producing, writing, directing, and editing Honora.
Oh, it's the same
which
guy?
is a movie that I didn't hate, but I did not think was the best movie of the year and did not deserve for him to win 4 Oscars. So I went in this with a little bit of Sean Baker hate in my heart.
It's like the
which
Bear
made
effect.
me, like which made me
Bears,
not appreciate this movie more.
I'm sure The Bear is a great show. I just hate it without even watching it because it's not a comedy.
I'll tell you what. If you watch every episode of The Bear, I will watch every Sean Baker film that he has made.
I don't know why we both have to suffer. I'm also going to go back and watch The Bear, but I'm going to wait until it's done and it can win no more awards, and then I'm going to go back and watch it.
That's a good idea. I will wait till Sean Baker's dead and he can't win any more awards.
Well, this explains why Karen Caraguglia, who plays the cab driver in Tangerine, is in Honora. He's the
he is, isn't he?
He's the guy. He's the kid's handler.
That's right.
Yeah. That's the only one. I looked up this cast and other things that they were in, and they're all only in movies that this dude makes.
Yeah.
They're in like nothing else. So it was hard to like get that and sort of relate it to anything else. But basically, like the show is basically about trans sex workers in LA. And
Yes.
the gist
Now,
of it is,
yeah,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The gist of it's real simple. It's um, one one of them gets out of prison and finds out that her man has been cheating on her and spends the whole show trying to beat down the girl that is cheating. That
Yeah,
he's
I
cheating
wrote
with.
this down. The entire movie is Cindy and Alexandra walking around LA, then stopping and talking and or yelling at people, then walking through LA, then stopping and talking and or yelling at people, then walking through LA, then splitting up and walking or yelling through LA separately. And then they come back together, intertwined with clips of this cab driver picking up his fares through the first half of the movie. That's the
Yes.
movie.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
the
weird.
movie.
I think I've simplified it somewhere else too, but I'll get to that in a second. But I will point out, I watched this on my cell phone on the flight, and so it was weird. Like,
Can I just say something that kind of makes that kind of poetic? Is this movie is entirely shot on iPhone 5S's.
right, and it sounds like the sound is also recorded on the
It sure
iPhone,
was.
and that there's no. I mean, like it's like, hey, I got $5 and I want to make a movie. Let's do it. Like
That's basically what it was. And he used GarageBand to edit it. Like he used everyday shit that people can use. And I think that was kind of the takeaway of the movie, is that anybody can make a movie if they have a story to tell.
Yeah.
But I did find this interesting because I thought you would like this kind of connection. Mark Duplass, who's from The Morning Show, and
I only know who they play.
He plays. Where's the character names? Stand by. Where's TV? Oh, here we go. Television. And
I feel like I should hum something on the background. Like, this is our research music.
I'm pretty sure he's from The Morning Show. I know he is. This is going to make me a liar.
Who is? Who do you think it is? And I'll tell you whether
he's the producer guy.
But who is he in?
Oh, he's not in the movie.
Oh, okay.
He's Mark Duplass and his brother produced they met Sean Baker, and he had done like this little independent film, this little short film at a film festival, and they ran into him and said, "Hey, when you have a film idea, we want to produce it." So he called them up like a year later and said, "Hey, I have this film idea and I'd like you to produce it." And they gave him like $50 and said, "Here, go make the movie." Something like that. Probably more than that. But they ended up producing this movie.
That's $10 more than it cost to have a sex worker tickle your balls while you.
I did learn that from this movie. So you can't say I didn't learn nothing from this.
I thought that scene was great. Because like this guy is trying to hook up with somebody. He's like, "Look, my family sucks, and I don't want to go home. Could you just help me get off? I only got $40." And
I'm sorry, Chip. He plays Chip.
Okay, yeah.
That's Mark Duplass.
But it was just this weird, funny thing because it wasn't working, and he's like, he didn't want to pay her, and she's like, "I had to touch your nasty, sweaty balls. You give me my money."
Yeah, because he was only into trans sex workers.
Yeah.
And she was a cisgender woman, and he said, "That's not what I paid for."
Oh no, I'm talking about the star of the show.
Oh, that one, yes.
The dirty, not the taxi driver, but the other guy. And then she beat him up, and then the cops are like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "We had a business deal, and he owes me money."
Yeah.
So here's how the movie starts off. So I'm watching it on my cell phone, and it's like the film is so scratchy for some reason. It made me think that I dropped my phone. So like I had to check it, but it wasn't. But the very first line of the show is "Merry Christmas Eve, bitch." And I was like, this is going to be a good show.
And that sets the scene because we now know it's Christmas time.
Bitch.
We can see based on the filthy streets and the sunny sky that it's LA. So it kind of sets the scene. We know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what much I want to, what I want to talk about. But
Yeah. I mean, we
you
could
know,
just kind of talk about the movie, like, how what we
It's-
thought of, just kind of the overall.
it's
I
not
think is
very
fine.
long. I just write down things that make me laugh.
Yeah.
Like they refer to this. So Chester is the boyfriend
Yes.
who is Cindy.
Which I
And
just want to say,
Cindy's-
I take notes on my phone as I'm watching it, and my phone, the Google on my phone, kept changing Chester to Cheater, and I was like, Google has seen this movie.
Google's seen it. Yeah, Google knows.
knew what happened.
Chester can't get away from that. At least it didn't default to molester.
True.
That's weird.
Chester.
So they kept referring. So Cindy, which by the way is annoyingly SIN-DEE.
Yes.
Which I know because I watched it with subtitles. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm not changing it. Which gets confusing. If you ever watched a movie on your phone with subtitles, when somebody starts speaking in a foreign language and they put the words down there, it's
because they do the translate and then
covers
they
it
also
up.
do the captions. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
So anyway, they refer to this girl that he's been cheating on as white real fish.
Yes.
I don't know if that's appropriate.
And for those who don't understand what they're talking about, she is a cisgender white woman.
Yes.
So they kept calling her white fish throughout the movie.
Which people in this movie do not have an appreciation for.
Fish or cisgender white women?
Cisgender women.
No. Well, they're the two stars are transgender sex workers.
And then all the Johns want transgender sex workers.
Yeah. In fact, there's one part in there, and that was the scene I thought you were talking about, is the cab driver picks up a sex worker and finds out that she is in fact a cisgender woman and gets upset. And he's like, don't stand on that corner. That's not a corner for you. This particular corner is for transgender sex workers, which is what this guy is into.
Yeah. And then I felt bad for this girl. Like, she gets in this guy's car. He drives her miles away and then says, get out of my car.
Yeah.
That's
and
not
just,
cool.
Walk back.
Have some decency. Anyway, I did write down at this point when the cab driver came into play. This is subtitle for the film one. 2 trans girls in a taxi.
I like it. That should have been the title of the movie, because I still don't know why it's called Tangerine.
So here's a line I wrote down. This is Cindy talking to Alexandra.
Yeah.
Talking about Chester. His breath always smells like he's been eating ass for days. When I smell it, it isn't supposed to smell homeless. This is what she says about his voice.
I don't have any verification of this, but this movie plays like they did not have a script. Like, everything feels improvised.
Because you said it was written by somebody, and I was like, it doesn't feel like it is.
No, it feels very improvised.
It's like, hey, we got a storyline, we got a script. And if it isn't written, then they've actually done a good job at making it seem like it was. Or they've done a good job making it seem like it wasn't, because it's hard to tell if it was or it wasn't. It just seems very natural and very real.
It does.
I did think, as far as things go, like the performance of Cindy and Alexandra, I did think they did a good job. Like, their acting was
yeah,
good.
I didn't think the acting was bad, particularly knowing that nobody in this film was a professional actor.
Yeah.
Like, had been in a lot of stuff.
And I feel like so there's a scene where the taxi driver picks up these queerly drunk gay guys. Clearly drunk gay guys, and the guy threw up in the cab. I feel like he actually threw up in the cab. I feel like they didn't have the money to fake it, so they just fed him a bunch of vegetable soup and said, throw up in this cab.
Yeah, they fed him a bunch of that and then get him that, what is that, Epicat, that stuff that makes you vomit. Yeah,
I mean, it was
just
gross.
gave him a spoonful of that and said, hey, just roll with it.
Yeah. Oh, and so here, after this, here's the plot. One girl hunting Chester, one girl barking her show, taxi driver working and looking for a piece. That's the plot.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Also, I didn't look too deeply into this, but I'm pretty sure that all of the music is public domain music, because they do this thing where, like, they talk and then they walk, and then there's like this very generic techno music, and then the next scene they walk and talk, and then when they start walking again, it cuts to like classical music. It's all very generic public domain sounding music, which makes sense with how cheap this
Yeah.
movie is.
Yeah, I mean,
It's all very, I got this off of like Adobe website or something.
Yeah, this is like if you're into like indie films, this is like
This
indie
is the
film
indiest.
porn. This is like, you're gonna be crying like Jeremy at the end of Superman when you watch this, because this is all the elements. It's filmed on like an iPhone and it's cheap, and like there's the if that's your bag, you're gonna love this.
Absolutely.
Did you appreciate the male nudity in the movie?
No, I didn't.
I
Because
wrote,
when
gross
I
dick.
want male nudity, that is not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, a bunch of old Johns getting busted in on by an angry.
Yeah. That is good casting, because that looks like dick that has to pay for it.
All of it did, right?
Yeah, it all very much. I believe they all were in those lifestyles.
I will say too that I felt bad for the owner of the donut shop that they were constantly in. I mean, she's just trying to run a business here.
There's few people in this movie that I feel sorry for, but the donut shop owner is one. The wife of the cab driver is another. That baby, that poor baby.
Yeah, that's just waiting for Daddy to come home, and Daddy's just sitting there next to the Christmas tree. Got
thinking about dick.
Got busted. Yeah, that was interesting. Like he picks up these women so that he can go down on them in a car wash.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, if you saw on the left side, he not only goes down on them, but he pleasures himself while he goes down on them, because his arm was doing like a weird chicken wing thing.
Grab my strong hand.
I gotta be quiet, Chris. Yell at me.
Trouble. Oh, that's so funny. It'll be fun. They'll get to meet Chris when he comes out there to hit you with something and tells you to shut up.
So the whole first half of the movie, like we said, is just they walk, they talk and yell, they walk some more, they talk and yell. Now, there was one scene in here, because Chris was watching the first half of the movie before he went to bed, and there's one scene in the beginning where Cindy and Alexandra are walking, and they run into two other queer people. One of them is wearing a pink ball cap. Chris knows that person, or thinks he knows them. That's Maria. So if you're listening, Maria, shout out to you for appearing in Tangerine. But he was watching it. He goes, "Hey, that's Maria." And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He pointed to the pink hat lady and said, "That's Maria." And then he pulled up their Instagram. I was like, "Look, it's Maria." And I was like, "How do you know Maria?"
Is the movie that you want to admit to knowing people in.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I feel like some of the cast was not hired.
Yeah. Well, he knows them through the party scene, so they go to the circuits and all that stuff. So
I want to hear what happens the next time he sees her.
Yeah, be like, "Oh my god, I saw your movie." She's like, "Bitch, that was 10 years ago." So halfway through the movie, so they're leading up to this point where Cindy is trying to find who ends up being Dina. This girl who has been her boyfriend Chester has been sleeping with while she's been in jail, and Alexandra passing out flyers because she has a show, because she sings at a local club.
Did they say that she was going to sing? They just said she was going to perform.
She just had a show, that she was performing. We didn't know she was going to sing until she actually sang. Which I do have to say, the song she sung, a public domain Christmas song, which is what led me down this rabbit hole. If I'm pretty sure this is all public domain songs, music.
I wasn't sure if she was doing a drag performance or was singing, but she was supposed to be singing.
I think she's that, because they talk later about her when they're on the bus, and Dina's like, "I know people in the music industry, and I sing a little bit myself, and I have some critiques." So the implication was that she was actually singing.
Yes.
At least I think she was.
Yes.
And there's at one point in there where she calls her a drag queen, and she goes, "A drag queen." And I was like, "Is that where RuPaul got it?" So they all meet up. Cindy goes and finds Dina and slaps her around. She's so abusive to her. And then drags her to this club where Alexandra is performing. and they watch her perform. They smoke some meth, which I'm like, all right.
Is that what they were smoking? I guess so. I just assume every time somebody smokes out of a pipe, it's crack.
The only reason, now I don't want to put it out there like I know what smoking meth looks like. I'm not that hip, but only because I was looking at the synopsis of the film, and at that point it says they light up meth in the pipe, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's meth that they're smoking. But yeah, so they smoke some meth, they sing and they perform, and then they leave the club. This fucking cab driver. I mean, if you're gay or whatever you're into, that's fine. But if you're a family man, come on. At least leave your wife first. But he goes home. It's Christmas Eve. They have Christmas dinner. His kid's running around. His kid's like 3 years old or whatever. And then he's like, I have to go back to work because he wants to go see the sex worker that he hooks up with perform. And so his mother-in-law gets a cab and is like, I'm going to follow him because I don't think he's working.
Can we just say like what scum this guy is? Like he just is.
Absolutely.
Like, it's like
blows off his family on Christmas Eve.
He said, I didn't make any money today. The reason is because he gave it all.
He paid it all to sex workers.
Gave it all to sex workers. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to go see the sex worker that I pay to go watch her perform. But then finds out that Cindy's out of jail. And
now
like
he wants
all
her.
about that. Like, come on,
He's
man.
so sleazy.
And there's no hiding it. Like, why are you going to leave your family on Christmas Eve to go see this person when you don't even care about that person because you want this other one? Yeah,
on Christmas Eve. That's what just ran through my head.
Is that public domain?
I hope so. So it all culminates at this donut shop where Chester does his business, where he mans control central for his pimpin' and hoeing, as he says.
And drugs, right? He sells drugs.
And drugs, yeah. He dabbles in a couple of things. He's
an entrepreneur.
Businesses. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to diversify your portfolio.
Cindy shows up and she's like, Chester. And he's like, oh my God, girl, you just got out of jail. Hey, what's up, yo? And by the way, I just want to say, Chester and Dina, both white, and both use the N-word, and I was very uncomfortable when both of them said it.
Really?
Oh yeah, you didn't catch that?
I did not.
Yeah, they said it with the A, not the ER, but they still said it.
Yeah. I mean,
so
that's a very white person thing to do, to try to get away with it.
Yeah, like, hey, what? I'm cool. So she comes in and she's like, yeah, I got out of jail. Did you get me a Christmas gift? And he's like, nah, girl, I was going to take you to dinner tomorrow. And she's like, well, I got you a present, and brings Dina out and is like, you've been fucking this hoe. And then there's this big argument, and the owner of the donut shop's like, I'm going to call the cops. And he's like, no, this is where I do my business. Don't yell, calm down. And then the cab driver shows up, and then they start yelling again. And then the cab driver's mother-in-law shows up, and they start screaming some more. And then the wife and the kids show up, and it's just like people screaming in the donut shop. And then they all get kicked out of the donut shop. And then the Armenian family, we should have mentioned the cab driver, they're Armenian. So the Armenian family all go home. And Chester and Cindy and Alexandra and Dina are all arguing in front of the donut shop. And Chester says, because it comes out that Alexandra is the one who told Cindy that Chester was cheating on her while she was in jail. And he's like, that's funny that she would say that because I was hitting that 3 weeks ago while you were in jail. And she's like, what? And she's like, I'm sorry, Cindy. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you.
You know, I just, while she was talking after that, like, just the tropes that are coming out. Like, it meant nothing. I would never do anything to hurt you. Well, that's not true, because you slept with her man. But
while your best friend was in jail.
Is there not some unspoken rule that's like, if you end up in jail, then whoever you're with gets to sleep with whoever they want to? I mean, they're not cheating on you. They're just.
Let me ask you a question. If you went to jail, would you be mad if Dylan slept with Jen?
I think Dylan would
You
be.
just don't.
I don't think I would be.
You just don't do that. I'm sorry.
Are you picturing it? Is that what's
The
happening?
image just creeped into my head. I'm sorry.
Who's on top?
Jen. No, I'm just kidding. Shit. He's gonna come out and yell at me. I'm sorry.
No, he's
So yeah.
about it.
So Cindy storms off because she's like, I can't believe you would do this to me. And Alexandra goes after her. And then we get this. Here's my biggest problem with this movie is it could have been 20 minutes because most of the movie is these long drawn out scenes of them just wandering the streets with music playing. So they're all wandering the streets and music's playing and the Armenian family goes home and he sits in front of the Christmas tree as the kids crying, the wife and the mother-in-law go into the back. And Chester is all like, I don't want you no more, Dina. And Dina like does this sorry, sad walk back to the hotel room where she was doing jobs. And she's like, we ain't got no room for you in the inn, and then closes the door.
Poor girl. She was making money and now she's sitting outside.
Mm-hmm. So it ends with Cindy and Alexandra, having a kind of a they're bickering, and then a car pulls up and Cindy's like, I gotta work. And she walks up to the car. Now, let me ask you a question. When she was walking up to the car, because I remember when we first watched this movie, what did you think was going to happen when she walked up to the car?
I thought she was going to like do her job and make some money.
Oh, I thought she was going to get shot. Though, just like the tension, and she was walking up, I was like, oh shit. And she did not get shot, but what they did is they threw a cup of, she got a cup of piss thrown at her, and then they said some choice derogatory words, and then they speed off, and she's like covered in piss, and she gets pissed, literally. She gets angry, and so Alexandra takes her to the laundromat that's the next building over. And she starts helping her take her clothes off, and they throw it in the washer. And she says, give me your hair. And she's like, no. And she's like, it's covered in piss. Give me your hair. So she takes her wig and they wash her wig. And they're sitting there waiting for the clothes to finish. And Cindy's sitting there with no clothes on and no wet hair on. So Alexandra takes her hair off and gives it to Cindy. And then they take each other's hands in a Thelma and Louise style. And then cut to black. It goes from Thelma and Louise to The Sopranos. Cuts to black.
Yeah.
And that's the end.
Yeah. Look at that. Nothing like a cup of piss bringing feuding friends back together.
If I could tell you the amount of friendships that were saved over a cup of piss for me. Anyway, so when I first saw this movie back 10 years ago, I was not a fan of it. I was like, it's so independent. Like, I like independent films, but there are some movies that just scream I am an independent film that is very off-putting to me. And this is very independent.
It's very independent. Yeah. I actually enjoyed the movie more this time.
Yeah.
Which is, it was a low bar to begin with, but I feel like there's just been in the last 10 years, like I've just like my perspective on life has opened up a lot more. And so,
it's a much more important film now. Like, I would recommend people watch this movie more than 10 years ago. They watch it now. And like I said, I do appreciate the performances. I do think that they did a great job. I do appreciate kind of the guerrilla warfare kind of filmmaking where they're shooting in the streets. I am willing to bet they had no permits to shoot this whatsoever. And it's hey, I have my phone and we're just walking down the street kind of shooting.
Right. They're probably like,
I
if it's
appreciate
successful
that.
enough, we'll pay the fines.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. Like I said, all of my dislike of this movie is the fact that I don't think Sean Baker deserved to win 4 Oscars 3 months ago. Other than that, I do appreciate this movie now more than I did 10 years ago. And I think it's a more important film now.
What do you think Rotten Tomatoes was?
Critics love this kind of shit, like this really independent stuff. So I'll say a 91 from critics. And I'll say audiences, they usually don't go for this as much. So I'll say an 85.
It's 96 from critics and a 76 from audience.
Okay. Okay, it's a little more off than I was, but same kind of thing. Differently.
Yeah.
This is a critics movie. This is not an audience movie.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of movie you make to open doors to make other movies like your Academy Award winning Anora.
I know, right? That guy's like, I don't care about your opinion on your stupid little
Yeah.
podcast. I have
He's
4
like,
Academy Awards.
I imagine he's in his big mansion in LA smoking a cigar, staring at his 4 Oscars. He's like, what have you done, faggot?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and then I'm like, don't use that word, Sean Baker.
The quality. Oh, he did, but he used an A.
Faggot. How you say it with an A? Faggot.
Let's.
But yeah, so it's a lot from Sean Baker. A lot of his movies are this kind of thing.
How many grapes are you gonna give it?
Out of 5,
Yeah.
I'll give it 2.5.
Oh, look at you being generous.
I mean, like I said, it's a good movie if I'm not tying Sean Baker to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 2 grapes for me. With the caveat of if you like independent films, it's probably a 4.5 for you.
Yeah. Yeah, if you like independent films, you really like it. Yeah, you really like it. Then yeah.
But I feel like I have a lot more. I get it a lot more now than I did 10 years ago.
Yeah, like I said, it's a much more important film now.
Yeah.
And if you can tolerate the independence-ness of it, then check it out. It's on Hulu. If you have Hulu, give it a listen.
Yeah.
Give it a watch. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun.
All right. So I don't think we have picked for what's next week.
We don't know. We like to keep it a mystery.
But something. It'll be something. But yeah, so good week. And until then, the cork is back in the bottle.